you're just a young man.
Yeah.
In fact, you're not just a young man, you are a young man with a vision, with a dream. When you look at other young men your age, especially in the neighbourhood that you live in, what can you do or what can you see that you can give to them right now that is practical, doable and achievable?
I think I can give them the support. I think one thing that I realize is that we don't have enough support. You know, they say, yeah, it takes a village to raise a child, which is true. But I think some people are there for their own personal interests. And I think, for example, there's so many young people around me, even my age, who are struggling. And I say to myself, I can either be one of the young people who are struggling, or I can be one of those young people who are struggling but helping another person. And it makes life easier. I think the fact that I can share my experience with other young people, it allows them to be more comfortable in their skin and don't have to, you know, at the age of 15 think, I need to change this about me in order to be acceptable. As long as you love yourself and accept yourself, it's so much more easier to bear whatever comes. Like, I believe personally, life is not easy, no matter where you're born into, like what family you're born into. But if you understand where you want to go, it's not going to be easier, but it becomes bearable. And I think my message to other young people is allow them to realize their uniqueness at a young age. Because I think if only, you know, I was taught younger, if only I had this inquisitiveness even younger than what the age of 6. And it sounds crazy, like, you know, my niece is 2 years old and she's amazing, you know. iPad, she knows how to work an iPad. And I say to myself, wow, that's because she's been exposed to things at an early age. And I think if anything could give to a young person, give them your time. You know, I'm only 19 years old, but I understand the power that I have within myself if I focus on where I need to be to get to where I want to go. And the only way I can do that is if I create a circle around me that allows me to succeed, you know. A lot of young people talk about hater, I got a hater. I say, you know, what have you done to have a hater? You know, because everyone thinks that somebody must be hating on me because, you know, something is not going right for myself. But then when you really look at the situation, you've been hating on yourself. You tell yourself you're going to fail before you fail. And then when it happens, you're not surprised. It's not a lot of times in your life that something happens and you're just genuinely shocked that it didn't happen because you knew deep down inside that you didn't give your all. And it's, you know, I had to start like being honest with myself. And I don't think a lot of people are honest with themselves. And it sounds crazy, but it's so true. This is why people are chasing somebody else's dream and not chasing their own dream. And I had to ask myself, what is different between me and those people who's already made it? They know who they are. And if not, they're going on that journey which allows them to understand who they are. And I need to do the same. So I think that's my message to other young people. It's like, really and truly, learn to love yourself. And loving yourself means understanding where you come from, understand what you have to give, understand that you're not a burden on anybody. You owe nothing to nobody. Nobody owes you nothing. But you know what? If you work hard for it, it belongs to you. You go out there and you take it.